And you cannot tell me that does not look like a capybara. Like, that looks like a capybara.
Alexis Sunshine 83, it's always sunny here.
Hey Sunshiners, Alexis Sunshine 83 here. Sorry, he just got oh, okay, now he's off of my lap. I started recording because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a little kitty on my lap while I film. But alas, he decided no. So before TikTok was telling you to run, don't walk, to buy whatever fashion trend is viral right now, fashion magazine websites were doing it kind of in a similar way, just way less extreme. And when I think of the era of online blogging and kind of before TikTok and just social media had boomed as a whole as we see it right now, fashion magazine websites were the hub for fashion inspo and also recommendations on what to buy, what the cool girls are wearing back in 2010. Nowadays, we look towards TikTok, Instagram, YouTube for these fashion recommendations, item recommendations through affiliate links. And a lot of the criticism towards this over pushing of affiliate links and also just things that you need every single week to be a cool girl nowadays is put on these social media sites for good reason, don't get me wrong, but after coming across some of these article titles, fashion magazine websites are now way more similar to the push of new things that you need all the time with these recommendations as social media. Some of the recommendations I was seeing, I was like, ugh, like that's actually, I don't think that's worth it. I think you should get something else. And so I wanted to go through some of these articles, some of these items, and de-influence you on buying them. Kind of similar to the buy this, not this videos that I did a couple of months ago, but instead with what these articles are recommending for you to buy for the season. And I don't know, I just thought this would be fun, especially coming from a thrifter's point of view. I feel quite conflicted when it comes to affiliate links. Tiffany Ferg had made an amazing video about the rise of affiliate links, especially with Amazon, and kind of again that conflicting part of if somebody is buying something because of you do deserve to get something for it. I mean, do you deserve it? I mean, in a way, you are kind of like a salesperson, which is, you know, an entirely other thing. And if somebody's going to want the link anyway, you might as well, you know, get a little something for it. But I think it has in the past years of social media turned into people just recommending random stuff just to get a percentage of the affiliate. Honestly, I don't know if people understand how much affiliate links are a big part of people's income. I have heard some wild numbers of what people make monthly just from affiliate links. Not saying that's necessarily bad. Again, if you know, people deserve to get paid if you know they had done the work. But as again somebody whose closet is like 90% secondhand, when somebody asks me for a link of something, most of the things are not made today. And so I try to say the brand and recommend trying to find something similar on Depop or ThredUp Poshmark, but it's very unlikely that they would be able to find that exact thing. I know Best Dress Ashley, when she was making videos, on her outfit videos, if something was secondhand, she would try to find something similar from like Urban Outfitters, ASOS. That way, if somebody was like, oh, like, where can I get this? She would link something similar. But I know then there was criticism on that if it was still promoting then fast fashion, even though she wasn't wearing fast fashion. But if somebody is wanting something similar, helping them with that, I don't know. I think that could honestly be an entire video of itself. And I'm so sorry to start this video off in that way, but you can't deny that sometimes, again, people link stuff just to get that commission versus giving you something potentially that's good quality and that they would actually recommend. And a lot of brands aren't on certain affiliate link websites. So even the thing that you would want to link, you may not be able to link to make a commission. And so I find sometimes people will link just something similar just so they could get commission, even though that isn't the thing that they would actually recommend. And a lot of these fashion magazine websites seem to focus on certain brands. that they recommend versus kind of widening the search and recommending something that's actually probably a little bit more interesting, probably a little bit better quality, and you can't help but question the reason why they are linking certain brands, certain items. Not saying that I am coming for the integrity of any of the people that have written these articles. I just understand potentially being nudged to focus on a certain brand because of what can come from it in regards to affiliate links. Yeah, and I just want to look at some of these recommendations with a little bit more of a magnifier, and also if I actually think then something is worth it, if it's like a broader thing, I mean, who cares about my recommendation at the end of the day? I feel like the beginning of this video is literally telling people, just don't watch me. This is a dumb video. But I know, again, having insight and maybe curious what I think about some of these, and some of them even not negative either, even though I'm mainly de-influencing you on these, but also adding insight further, even if I did potentially recommend it. Okay, I just need to start this video. I'm so sorry this intro is so long. This first article is pretty tamed. It's titled, "This sneaker color trend makes black pants look so much prettier." And there's been a lot of discussion about what is going to be the next it shoe. We've seen Adidas Sambas for the past couple of years be the it girl shoe. Before then was the chunky dad sneaker, the Fila Disruptors. And now it's kind of like, where do we go from here? A lot of people are into, it's like shiny, is it Adidas? I don't remember. I'm so sorry. I'm not like a super sneaker girl. I know. I honestly wish I was. My feet would be in a lot less pain if I was. So all power to you sneaker girlies. But yeah, people have been scrambling on what is going to be the next big thing that everyone is going to buy and then stop wearing their Adidas Sambas. Keep wearing whatever sneakers make you happy. Anyway, wow, I am in a chatty mood today. The sneaker trend or color, whatever, is a pink sneaker. Here is Emily wearing the like pink Puma OG sneakers and this like pastel pink, varying in different styles, different looks. I kind of like the idea that it can be any sneaker that you personally love, but having it in pink could add something different. I totally get the sentiment around it. I have seen a couple of people that have bought different sneakers in different colors, whether it's the Adidas Samba or whatever other colors are in sneakers, that they kind of regret getting it in a colorful color because it's just not as wearable. But also having a shoe in maybe a fun different color can add something to an outfit that you're feeling kind of is too simple, and going for a sneaker could be more wearable. I feel if I was gonna go for a colorful shoe, even though I'm not really into heels, I could more see going for a heel and a colorful shoe to add a pop of color. I feel this is totally dependent on you and your style, and I do think a pastel pink is gonna be a little bit more wearable for most people than some of these like brighter pink. I feel with fashion, and you'll notice with some of the other recommendations, that we are leaning into a very simple, minimal, kind of that old money, clean girl, whatever vibe compared to a couple of years ago at the beginning of 2020. It's going a little bit more minimal with colors, and I think a lot of people are scared of colors because they can be deemed outdated a lot faster than what people would say neutral colors are more timeless. Nothing is timeless. It depends on your style, and pastel pink could totally be a timeless color for you. So I do like that it is at least something colorful because of all the black and white that I am seeing in most of the trends and recommendations. Am I de-influencing you to buy pink pastel sneakers? Yes and no. I think I would just recommend taking a step back, looking at your closet. For me, I would never buy a pastel pink sneaker. I can't even imagine what it would go with my style. The next article is "Shop Now, Apologize Later. These new winter finds will sell out if you wait another second." Again, very similar to the run, don't walk that we see on TikTok, just in a little bit of a different way. But it's like, you don't want these to sell out, you need to go buy it. And I totally get titles needing to be catchy and a little clickbaity. I'm a content creator, I get it. Sometimes I have to do it as well to praise the algorithm lords or whatever, so I totally get it. But a lot of these, again, I'm not going to go through every single one, but just to give like a little show of them all, are pretty basic. Like if these mango wide leg faux leather pants sold out, like you're gonna be okay. Or this bag, like how many people are gonna spend $1,300 on a bag right now? Is it gonna sell out? Maybe. I don't know anything about this brand, so I could just be talking smack for absolutely no reason. Anyway, what I want to talk about on this article was Uggs. Okay, here they are. These Ugg classic ultra mini new heights Uggs. They are actually on sale right now. Not saying to go buy it because it's on sale, but this is the modern version of your favorite mini Uggs. I want to talk about Uggs especially because there has been so much discourse ever since they came back. I'm using it because, like, did they come back? I don't even know, but like I want to say it was maybe 2021 that the like short Uggs started gaining traction again, and everyone lost their minds and bought them. And a lot of people that I saw bought them then talked about their regret that they wish they would have just gotten the long OG Uggs versus trying to get something new and, you know, very trendy when it wasn't as wearable as the longer Ugg. Like, yes, it was cute, but realistically, it just would have made more sense to go for a longer Ugg. And since then, I feel Ugg has just been going off on all of the different styles that they are now making, which, like, yes, creativity. Okay. Some of them, I do scratch my head. I do love a platform, and I have seen things where it's like, oh my gosh, platform Uggs are so Bratz coded, and I love that. But I have never really been, I mean, I was an Ugg person when I was in high school because that's when they were really big, but I had the fake Uggs. I had like the Walmart, and they were black. The color like tan Uggs where I lived weren't as popular. People wore them obviously, but I feel maybe at that time Walmart, again, I'm talking like what, 2010, maybe 2009, didn't sell that colored Ugg, at least at my Walmart, so I could only get it in black. So I didn't really, you know, even have any type of relationship with this lighter color Ugg. I totally get how comfortable they are, and especially in certain climates can be amazing, but a lot of these more like unique designs, they are kind of pushing as a little bit micro trendy. And I say that with a little like pause because I think from 2020 micro trends, we've been a lot more hesitant to get on board with very, very specific items. I mean, there have been some in the past couple of years since 2020, but a lot of people have just been a lot more, what's the word? Like, thinking about it before just getting it. And I think this one is something where if it ends up going out of style, like in a couple of months, being okay to keep wearing it, which most people are. I think it's more like social media people where they don't want to wear something outdated. But I think that whole conversation is really changing, especially in regards to personal style and all that. But just another like example of a interesting, unique Ugg style is this one that I recently saw on Urban Outfitters, and you cannot tell me that does not look like a capybara. Like, that looks like a capybara. Again, I have to give it to them for really expanding. It's fun, it's interesting, but I definitely can see it not lasting as long. Not saying that you shouldn't buy it because of it potentially not lasting that long, but just something, again, for pause before buying, because I mean, especially the capybara one. Sorry, I'm jumping from like a different article each time, but again, if I didn't have anything notable to say, I'm just like not saying it because so many of them are like, like whatever, like I don't care enough to even be for or against this. But this article is titled, "I love adding a trendy touch to my classic style. These items are on my wish list." A lot of people have talked about that adding trends to your style isn't a bad thing, and even micro trends in a like, not I'm buying every single micro trend or something like that, but being very selective in what trends or what micro trends. Like, yes, things are trendy sometimes because they're cute, because we love them, and like that's not a bad thing, and everything has been a trend at some point, but doing it in a way where not every single thing that you are wearing is a trend or micro trend, taking your style and just adding maybe one thing that's like a really trendy item. And I think that's a great way to have more success with having trends be long-term for you. So I do really like that sentiment. And it seems this article is part of a larger series that Most Wanted is a weekly series in which one editor, staffer, or influencer shares their top 30 must-haves or current wishlist items. I recently made a video about my wishlist items as well. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that and nothing wrong necessarily with these articles, but the first one I feel like there is a problem with it because it is this Zara organza midi skirt ZW collection. Sheer skirts are trending and this gorgeous one is currently in my cart. There are so many Zara pieces that are linked in so many different articles, and I have to give it to Zara, who just like does such a great job at marketing. Even when you go to their website, if you weren't aware of the fast fashion discourse and I asked you if Zara was fast fashion, I feel most people would say no, because it's usually kind of expensive and their website is just so particularly looking compared to say a Shein or a Temu or a Forever 21. They also have items that are made with natural fibers, a lot of synthetic fibers, but there are some natural fibers in there. I think the thing that has made me have a more like clear view on Zara is looking at Zara pieces on ThredUp, on Depop, on Poshmark, at the thrift store. It's almost like the rose-colored glasses of it all is taken off because you get to see the item for what it is versus the flashy, pretty aesthetic website that it's shown on, or even in like a Zara store. I think they very much take the same vibe of their website and include it in their store. It's not nice. In most cases, it's not nice. It doesn't lay well. Again, most of then the quality is not good. And Zara is probably one of the like worst fast fashion brands. Not saying that they maybe have some things that are good quality, made with natural fibers, blah, blah, blah. Even if this collection is like, it says ZW collection, even if it's like a very specific collection that's like supposed to be better quality, I would not trust Zara to make a good quality sheer item, because I think a lot of, especially fast fashion brands, took the sheer trend and were like, oh my God, we can charge more for actually less quality and also just material. Like, we don't even add lining to a lot of our skirts anyway. Like, we can then just mark up the price even more so and be like, it's sheer on purpose, and just take kind of that route. And I think a sheer item actually needs to be better quality than an item that isn't sheer, because the way it lays on your body is going to be so much more visible and the construction is going to be a lot more visible. And I just do not trust Zara to be able to deliver on both of those. Another item from this article is this blank NYC stepping out blazer for $98. It says not your average blazer. And I don't know anything about blank NYC, so I can't talk about sustainability, quality, but just looking at this, I don't think it looks nice. I believe it is linen, which linen has a more wrinkly texture. I personally don't love linen. Like, I don't like anything linen. I will not thrift anything linen. It is a natural fiber. It's amazing during summertime. So many people rock it, love it. Love it for them, but I feel especially in this blazer, like it's just looking like you took it out of the dryer and it needs a steam. It needs a steam, it needs an iron. The material says mid-weight non-stretch linen weave. It is 55% linen, 45% cotton. So, I mean, natural fibers, great, probably great for the beach, but I would almost go for then just a linen button-up. As a blazer, I just feel it's not going to give anything, and at least with just a linen button up, it's gonna give that same benefit of linen, especially even for a summer day going to the beach, but in something that makes more sense than a blazer like this. Not saying that every linen blazer is terrible, but especially this one, and for $98, like you could go to the thrift store and find a 100% linen button up. white cream, that is going to be a lot less money and just, I think, overall look a lot better. This article has a lot of things linked, and there's really only one thing I want to highlight because I think it kind of talks about honestly all the items in one, but it's titled, I already failed my 2025 no buy. 36 under $100 H&M finds that look triple the price. Confession time, I might have broken my no-buy rule for January. Yes, I promised myself I wouldn't splurge this month, but how could I resist when H&M's latest drop was full of pieces that looked like they came straight off the runway? And the items that they link are just so, again, nothing wrong with simple pieces, and for some people, maybe some of these have been like, oh, I needed an essential like this is going to be core to my style. If you were going into the year to do a no buy and these are the items that got you to quit your no buy, like this bag, sure, it's, you know, I believe it's supposed to be maybe like a dupe or a copy-ish allegedly of the Tory Burch bag. I don't know. It just says, if you know, you know. And I feel like, because I had seen one thing that it is really similar to it. And so it's like, oh my God, like I had to get this because it was very similar to the Tory Burch one. I had to buy it for this no buy for $35. This like leather pencil skirt, again, sure, maybe that's something that you were needing. Again, to quit your no buy, like you were going into the no buy potentially owning the essentials and things that you actually needed or like already liked, and you're stopping it for this knit v-neck sweater. If I was doing a no buy and I quit my no buy, there better be a good reason. If you go to my Depop likes, honestly, that's one thing that would stop me from a no buy because there's so much beautiful stuff. Again, everyone's style is different though. Maybe this is like other people's kryptonite, sure, but it's all pretty like basic stuff that I feel if this was your style, you would already own, but maybe you completely change your style. Going down to the thing that I want to talk about, which is similar to the last one in regards to like quality, this shirt, this $35 shirt, I'll leave you with this swoon-worthy suede jacket. So going into the materials, it is 100% polyester. It's not suede. That is a faux suede. You can't tell me that this is good quality. Like faux suede, polyester, button up, that's like new H&M. Like it's not gonna feel nice. I come across these all the time at the thrift store, and maybe vintage 90s polyester faux suede button up is better quality. I have a jacket that is faux suede and it's great. It's fantastic. I don't know when it was originally made, but it's not from H&M or any like ultra fast fashion brand that I can see. But even then, I feel like a faux suede jacket would potentially be better quality than a button up, like, you know, that's gonna be so thin. 7 Copenhagen Fashion Week trends to shop, according to Nordstrom's associate fashion director. So it's gonna be stuff linked from Nordstrom, which I feel a lot of the things that they're gonna show as like, oh my gosh, this was a trend at Copenhagen, like they're gonna find anything at Nordstrom that like slightly resembles it, not meaning that it actually would be the best thing. At least with Nordstrom, like there's different brands. It's not like H&M or Zara where it's just them. At least there is a variety of brands being sold at Nordstrom, some that are, I think, even sustainable. But let's take a look. Fall 2025 trend, skirt over pant, which we have seen for the past couple of years being a trend. A lot of people have been taking their dresses, their skirts, putting it on top of their jeans, pants, and recently I would say the skirt and pant like built in is becoming way more prominent that people are getting into. So like these from Mango, I get it. Like I actually do think this is really cute. I get it. I don't think it would go with my style, but I actually do think it has potential of being something really cool and really sleek and is going to lay a lot better potentially than you taking a skirt and putting it over your trousers. Although probably cheaper and better would just be to use a skirt that you have over your own trousers. I would say if you are doing a skirt over jeans, skirt over pant, dresses over pants and jeans, and you aren't able to get this particular look, like you would have to buy something new anyway, and this would just like help you in the silhouette that you would want, I could totally see that. But if you don't, and you're still a little on the fence for dresses, jeans, pant, skirt, whatever, don't buy it. Do not buy it. Only buy it if it's like already something that you do and you are having an issue with things laying properly. Like that's kind of the only way I could see it. And these other ones like that, now that is intense. Like that that should already be your style. That's when you would go for something like this. Although I do like the idea that it is detachable. Oh, with buttons as well. It makes me think of Katie from Scylla Spotlight. She always has different things to create a very similar look with something that she already owns that then can be worn in different ways. Like having a skirt that can be worn by itself, styled in multiple ways, having a pant that can be styled by itself in multiple ways, and then putting it together. Like you're making the most out of the clothes that you own. This trend is probably the only one that I am going to give a recommendation for, because the recommendation I really like and I actually think you would be getting your money's worth. So it's hosiery. Brands got playful and personal with the thoughtful use of socks, tights, knee highs, and styling. Now these brands I've never bought from. I can't tell you about the quality of them, but I can tell you the quality of these Swedish stocking ones. These are my absolute favorite tights. I've had them since 2023 and they have not torn. I'm really tempted on buying another pair. They're pricey, $50. Yeah. If like black stockings are something that you wear all the time and you're just finding they're spending so much on black stockings that really aren't that much of a different price, but they're like getting caught and just not lasting long. These are amazing. Also, Swedish Stockings has so many different patterns, colors. This video is not sponsored by Swedish Stockings. I just really, really love them. And their whole thing for the brand is talking about how traditional pantyhose are made out of petroleum product. We started Swedish Stockings with a mission to change and influence the entire hosiery industry towards sustainable production overall. This trend that they highlight and link stuff for actually made me mad because I know Nordstrom sells stuff that's better than this, but is personality hat. Big gardening hats with turned up brims, pom-pom hats, exaggerated pillbox hats, just hats in general. And these are the hats that they gave that you should buy. Like, yes, this animal print one, fun. This middle one, okay. This one, okay. But when I'm talking about a personality hat, like I want personality. Now, I don't have links for these hats for you to go buy, but it's more about getting your creativity juices flowing of what different kind of hats would work with your style. And there's just so many cool hats out there that add personality compared to these. And I feel like that is the biggest example of needing to just find something at a certain store to link, because anything else that you think would actually be part of this trend or style that would give way better inspo, you can't make money from it. Not saying that's what they were doing. They are wanting to highlight stuff from Nordstrom, so I get it. But like this hat, are you kidding me? Cool. A little bonnet, yes, please. There's so many on Etsy from small businesses. These I believe are probably more like 90s, but kind of give that same vibe of this inspo photo, and just so much more interesting. Velvet, floral velvet, are you kidding me? This kind of gives that same vibe. Again, I've seen so many different handmade ones. Damson Matter makes a couple in different patterns that I just feel you're gonna get just something so much cooler and so much less boring. A little beret, a little pattern beret that is probably more wearable than something like this if you aren't used to that style. And again, even a fuzzy little beret. Look how much more fun that is. Again, if you needed links to those things, or I could only include stuff where I could give you a link for it, I would give you links that I wouldn't be able to make money off of. Honestly, I'd rather give you the best inspo. And if you're actually like really wanting to buy something and you just can't find it, I would rather give you something that I actually do think is cool. Linking this and not making any money versus this and making money. The money's not worth it. Which this next trend that they talk about, touch of pink, is a perfect example again of I'd rather link stuff where I'm not gonna make money off of it that's actually interesting, because the pop of pink that they included, I am just really curious what the reason is for them including this compared to like this beautiful inspo. Like I know Nordstrom has more cute pink stuff, but why I mean, the pants I could see are a little bit more wearable. More people would most likely buy it compared to something that's very particular, very stylized. A pink tank, it's not even a cute pink tank top. If you're gonna give me a pink tank top that is simple, that is basic, give me something better than this $85 one. And then this one, I do like the color, and I feel like this is probably a lot more wearable. And I like that they at least gave something that wasn't just straight sizing. I would almost have wanted that and then something cooler. Just give me variety. These all just like, it's like the same thing, different font. Alrighty, I think that is good for today. There were a couple more articles of items that I was gonna talk about, but I feel you get the idea of kind of my arguments against a lot of these. Let me know if you would like me to do another video going through things that you're thinking about buying and I give you my opinion. Even if you decide to buy the items that I say don't buy, I hope it gives you insight on making the best decision, even if you do buy it because you thought of all the like potential reasons not to buy it. And if you still really want it and it like checks all those boxes, you've now made even more of an informed purchase, which I love. Like, even having someone say, no, don't buy this because of X, Y, and Z, maybe you have reasons then from the X, Y, and Z reasons not to buy it, to buy it. And it's all about just making better purchasing decisions. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts are for the things that I mentioned. If you would like to see my face again, then make sure to subscribe right down below and hit the little bell to be notified every time I make a new video. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, which is alexsunshine83. I will see you all in my next video. Bye!